Hi, and welcome to Gaia Perspective. My name is Nicole Oman, and I'm here with Mimi Clark. And this is the show where we decide on one topic for a week and we expand on it. We go into what we feel about it, how it affects our life, and also how you can work with that particular topic. This week, we are talking about participation, teamwork, and getting closer and stronger bonds with the people in your life. And if you like our message, I just want to remind you to check us out. We do many different things, many guidances, daily astrology. You can check us out on GaiaBlooming.com. You could also check me out on NicoleOman.com and on my Instagram at Coaching with Nikki, because I have daily guidances. So please like, share, subscribe if you really resonate with our message. We love that support. We also love your feedback. So today we are talking about teamwork. And I really love this because me and Mimi have been getting closer and closer and really doing these different things. And we are finding our team and the importance of when you decide on your purpose, how important it is that you need a team and that we are not alone here and that we need the support of each other to go out and do this beautiful gift that we are sent here to do. And especially if you're into this kind of deeper work, the spiritual work, the kind of thought process of, I want to help humanity. Well, if you're going to help humanity, you can't strap them on your back and do it by yourself. We have to take each other's hand and know that this is a team effort here and that we all have our piece. And you can't take on every piece by yourself. We all have our piece and we need to do this together. So Mimi, I'll open the floor to you and then we'll kind of see where this goes.
Well, it's funny because Nicole and I were like, what should we do? Like, what should our topic be? And both were like, teamwork. And it came up, we just did our GPS. It came up in their participation teamwork. And it's funny because I was sitting actually thinking about this morning. I'm a fire sign, so I'm full of ideas, inspiration, like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I can't tell you how many times an earth sign has taken me by the hand and helped me actually implement the doing. That happened this weekend. I mean, I've been doing a lot of work on myself, and my mentor, who is a Capricorn, is in town. She may be moving here. I'm pretty excited, and like I feel like she put a cap on like this work that I've been doing for the last couple of years. I wouldn't say by myself, but really working hard on myself, and just working with her for a few hours yesterday. I feel amazing. It's amazing what happens when you let somebody in. It's amazing when you take your ideas and you find the right people that are like, oh, this is how we can expand that. That's what happened with Gaia Blooming. Gaia Blooming started with me and Shannon, like having this idea of, oh, we wanna have retreats. Let's start with this, place on the web, Facebook, Gaia Blooming Facebook. And then in comes Nikki, and we built a website. And it was amazing with teamwork, how we were able to build, we'll just call it a garden, because why not? We were able to build this beautiful garden. And I know if it had just been me by myself, I would have been like, that's an amazing idea. And I don't think that it ever would have come out where it is right now. And I also look at our weekly GPS that Nicole and I are doing. I see how enhanced it is with her energy. I knew that because we started GNO with everybody coming, but life happens and it gets hard and time becomes hard. And this GPS, our two energy together, the universe is like, yes, these are the lessons. I feel so grateful to have such an amazing human on my team.
I feel the same way about you. And so, it's funny because I went in, Mimi went in and had her mentor help her this week. And I'm here in Colorado, and I had my mentor come to Colorado, and he helped me, which is just kind of bizarre that happened at the exact same moment. But I went into a ceremony this weekend, and a lot of my inner work was about receiving. And at the point, there was a point in the night where I was working on something all night internally. I was working on something, and I asked my inner guidance system, I have this really bad pain in my back and I can't get rid of it, and I've been working on it. Should I keep working on it, or should I ask for help? They're like, well, that's up to you. And I was like, okay, well, I need to finally ask Russell, because I've been working on this for like 2 hours now, and I still had the back pain. And I go up to him and I just look at him and I say, I need help. I can't get this pain out of my back. And he goes, so what are you saying? And I said, and it washed over me, and I just started crying, and I said, I can't do this alone. And he's like, thank God. And to me, it was like, oh, lone wolf. Yeah, and a lot of times this work, and when you're doing the deeper work, is very isolating because you don't feel like the general mainstream public get you. I get that totally. But there are these other beautiful light worker beings that we need help to, and you need help to. And to find your team is very, very, very important, and you can't do it alone, and that's okay. And with that being said, discernment is also key. And we'll talk more about that. Like, who do we let in to help, and who is going to sit there like you're doing the work and then untie everything you just did. So there does come with discernment on who your team needs to be.
And thinking about discernment, what you just said, some of us may look at our past and be like, I don't want to work with a team. It's never worked out for me. That may be part of actually the discernment lessons. I think we all have to have those times where there's been somebody behind untying, like she said, to show us, oh, that's the energy that doesn't feel good. This is the energy that does feel good. It's really interesting in my life, in my older years, in these more recent years, I will meet somebody or just see them, and it's like they light up for me, and I'm like, that person. But Nicole and I met on Soul Garden, and I saw her, and she was pregnant, and I was like, she's my peep. Like, I see, I feel it. I was just like, I want to know her. And I watched myself do that. And other people, they'll come and go, and they're acquaintances and they're friends, and they're wonderful. But I have this, it's just this feeling, this pull towards people when they're right. And I'm amazed at the people that I've brought in with this, the lights that have come into my life. And I think so, trusting your pull on that. But on the same level of it, if you bring somebody in and they are a wolf in sheep's clothing, it's not, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's a important lesson that we all need in learning who's on our side and who's not. And sometimes we got some important lessons in their untying when we have to tie it back up that we have to relearn. And Nicole and I just have gone through this recently, like bringing in some good people and letting go of some others.
Yeah. And it's okay to have that letting go process. I mean, some people come in to teach a lesson, and it's beautiful in just that whole manner. It's like, okay, you taught me that lesson, but I can't have that anymore. And it's okay to, say what you don't need and shut those old doors, because it's only going to bring you closer. Those no's are only going to bring you closer to what you truly want. And you set those boundaries of like, no, I don't want that energy in my life anymore. I want supportive, beautiful people. And with kind of staking that claim, making a commitment to yourself that that's what you want, that's what you're going to draw. That's what you're going to draw, and you're going to trust that, And I definitely want to talk about the sisterhood a lot about this, because men have their own way of doing things, They can kind of push through that a little easier than us, where women, we're a little more complicated, and we're a little more, their competitive nature is like physical, like, yeah, let's go out in the ball field and work this out. Us, we can get vindictive and mean and you know, there's some harshness to our process. And I think the mentality that we get sometimes is we look at another woman and we see if they have success or beauty or youth or a good relationship. We want like a tendency, it's not a natural tendency, but a tendency that women have mainstreamly at this point, is if they can't have it or they have it, I can't have it. So the only way for me to have it is to kind of take them apart in some way. Nah, that is very weird, right? This is not in alignment. It's like this weird, I hear like a noise. It's like, wow. It's not in harmony in our true nature. And a sisterhood is here to realize that you are beautiful and amazing and you have your own nature and your own gifts, and to pull and like lock into each other of like, we can all do this because my vibration might be pink and Mimi's is yellow or red at that moment. And we're both working in harmony to kind of bring this work of art together. And that you have to trust your own nature and your own beauty and your own gifts and your own talents, that you serve a purpose, and so does the next person. Instead of tearing it apart, it's building. We build each other and we build each other's beauty together. And it's being aware and conscious if there is someone who's trying to tear down. It's like, okay, I love you, but that's not what I need right now. I need to build who I am, and I need to build who you are. And together we can make a beautiful work of art.
Pink and yellow.
Oh my God. Did I just do that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Friendliness. This is the friendliness card. With the pink tree, the pink tree and the yellow tree making some orange. You know,
I love that. That totally psychically came through. So
love that. See how well we work together. You know what I was thinking with all this is, you know, to be in that place, that vengeful place, I feel like that's actually a lack mentality. I think it's actually really, it goes back maybe to root chakra, maybe some energy that hasn't evolved. I think let's talk caveman time, you know, maybe it was the most beautiful who got the biggest warrior, and that was their survival thing. We don't have that anymore. Our survival does not depend at this moment on having the biggest warrior. It doesn't depend on us having the biggest lips or the biggest breasts to attract the best man. And so it goes back always to yourself and appreciating yourself, and then knowing there's a place for everybody. This is an infinite universe. Your life is unfolding. And so if you're, you know, lashing out at somebody, vengeful with somebody, you're not trusting that. You're not trusting your path. You're not trusting their path. And you're not trusting in the abundance of the universe. I mean, it goes so much deeper than, you know, she has what I want and I'm not getting what I want. There's much deeper core issues in there.
Yeah, you know, and you know, it's funny because I'm kind of spaghetti brain and I'm kind of jumping, but I keep seeing a lot of people talk about like Caitlyn Jenner and comparing her and her bravery to like a soldier's bravery, or when Cecil was killed and it was like, oh, we're all you know, coming together for Cecil, but what about this? And it's like everybody thinks that their purpose or their cause or their agenda is more important than someone else's. But what I want to say with around this teamwork thing is we need each person to be focused on what they resonate with. And we need to work together and realize that my cause is not better than Mimi's cause or your cause or what that cause, and realize that the one that I resonate with is just what I'm attuned to, and that's where I need to help. And you too, the Cecil thing, yes, is just important as human rights and this rights. But if that's what people vibrate and are resonating with, let them do that. They're beautiful, and that's what they work. And we can come together and we do our little part for what we do, and we do it together. It's not being better or worse than the other one. Catelyn was just as brave as a soldier, just different. The soldier is brave as well, just different. And we have to accept each other's differences first and realize it's perfect. It's just perfect. And then we can come together as a team and be very reverent and respectful to each one of each other's paths, because we are unique in our own vibration. We are unique in our own resonance of what we need to help with. But doesn't mean you have to isolate. It means that we have to realize that we're all in this dang thing together. And when we do that, we connect, we can turn the ship around. And the ship being planet Earth. And we can really start healing deeply humanity, the planet, environment, whatever you choose that you resonate with. Medicine, vaccines, whatever that is. The water crisis in California, whatever you love.
Exactly. And it's not against somebody else to have your own focus. I think of a rainbow, like a rainbow, it's made up of all these different colors. And I think it would seem, if a rainbow was there without the blue or without the yellow or the orange, it would seem kind of empty. And that's like the colors of the world that are all vibrating their own way, their own color. And it makes us whole. So, I agree with the thing about the lion and Caitlin, like celebrate each other's color, each other's vibration. Like, okay, that's their pet. This is mine. High five you as we pass by. Like, keep going. And there's no need to tear each other down. And I think the power of women, it's coming. It's, the goddess is coming up so much for everybody and in everybody. And I think when women as a whole, when we can go out into the world and celebrate each other and each other's accomplishments and the amazingness that we all carry, I see the world shifting in an amazing way. There's a lot of unused power when we're fighting against each other. Or maybe it's used in a different way. But when we can work together, we can build beautiful gardens. Going back into my garden analogy.
I'm digging art, and you have the garden, and we're good. And the word that I got a lot in ceremony on Saturday was the word harmony. And it's looking at things of like we're each a music note. And the way that we come together can be like this, a bad piece of music, or we can have this beautiful symphony. We can make beautiful music. And it's kind of your decision now. It's like you have to decide what you want to create. Do we want to create in harmony with others? Because you didn't come on this planet by yourself. You're not sitting here going, I'm the only human on the planet. No, there's a lot of humans on this planet. And how do we want to create together? Do we want to create in harmony? And it's your choice. You can't choose if they're in harmony or not. But you can choose to have people in your life that are also in harmony, and you can decide what you want to create. And so if you guys are resonating with each other, just like me and Mimi resonate with each other, create, and trust that, and create this beautiful garden. Create the beautiful works of art, music, whatever you do. Create a beautiful business together, because that is just going to heal what's going on. And what happens is when we're in harmony and we're resonating with each other, just like if you're resonating with what I say, then you start putting your energy and you start getting in harmony. And then the next person who you start talking to, they become in harmony. So harmony creates harmony. That's how you heal. You heal with doing your work and be in harmony with the people you resonate with. And then they create it, and then it becomes this beautiful and it just is like, what's the word? It's infectious in a great way. It helps us in a way that it gives to the next person. And that is how we create a movement. That's how you create a movement. But it starts with you and your harmony, and then resonating with the person who's in harmony with you. And then you create together. And the more people, they say, you know, two heads are better than one. And then it's like, yeah, then you get more and more and more. And then it's embracing those first resonators, those first followers, those first teammates. And, you know, I got to the point where I had to say to myself, and this may sound arrogant, but it was like, who's on Team Nikki? Who's on my team and who is not? And if you're not on Team Nikki, I'm sorry, I love you. I can love you from afar, but I can't have you with me if you're not on Team Nikki, because I can't be on Team so-and-so if you're not on my team. You have to have my best intentions, because if my heart is there with you, then I can be on your team and we work together. But I also have to say, who's on Team Nikki here? Who is supporting me? Who is rooting for me? And that's who I want in my life. I don't need everybody. I just need the people that value me and I can value them.
I like that. You know, what was popping up in my head through all this too is a lot of people will focus on the differences. And we all have a lot of differences going on. But I think something to always remember through any of this and coming back into our sisterhood, finding out who our teams are, is remembering what is similar between all of us. And this is the animals, the plants, the rocks, everything. And the song, the Muppet song, we are all earthlings. Popped into my head. We're all earthlings. We're all here in this together. So even if you feel so separate from your crazy whack neighbor, I have one of them here. You know, she's here. She's in her process, whatever that may be, going through whatever may be hurting her, making her like that. Have compassion for people. It doesn't mean you have to bring them into your life, but have compassion, knowing we're all Ram Dass. We're walking each other home. We're all in this together. We're all these little bits of this like divine consciousness, learning our lessons. And just that, remembering that helps me so much in walking with some of the more difficult people, because there's going to be them. There's going to be the difficult ones. They're going to come up. And so, you know, bless them and let them walk their path. You don't have to engage. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to bring them over to your side. Bless them, let them walk.
I think that's a big thing. You don't have to bring them on your side. You don't have to get them to think the way you do. Because sometimes we're like, oh, look at them. We want to fix them or change them. But they're in their process, and that's okay. It just means like, okay, they're just not on your, on your team, and that's okay. You don't need trust me, you don't need everybody on your team. My mentor said to me this weekend, and I loved this. It's like, be careful with this spirituality thing about open heart, right? Think about what an open heart is, right? Open heart surgery. You don't want your heart to just be open, because the contraction is also, it's the important nature of a heart. It's like it pumps, open and closes. So you don't want to be open to everybody, because just imagine bringing everybody into that. It's like, whoa, you would bring in some funky stuff, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now that you don't want to be open to bringing that in your field, because there's some kind of in it. There's lots of advertising and lots of kind of just weird stuff going on. And we want to have he said, we want to have a functional heart, right? So you want to be open to what resonates in your field. So it's that open expansion, and then bringing it in, boom, boom, boom. It's that heart. And you want a functional heart. Be open to what resonates with you, and then bringing it in. So you don't have to be, I just live like this. Well, you're going to have to come in at a certain point and bring in that. And, it's not about guarding your heart, but it's also being discerning of what is good for your heart. And that's okay. And it's beautiful. And keeping bring in your field, and this is going back to who do we bring in your field the people that are loving of your field. And that also, even the people that we resonate with can bring us challenges, but they will bring you the heightened challenges, the challenges that are actually good for your soul, that will push you beyond your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of the ones that are just going to tear you down for tearing down sick.
Right. There are those that lift you up, give you wings, and there are those that tear you down. And that's, whatever, nature of life. But I don't think I have anything else to say except, going back into, we just did our GPS right before this, and Nicole pulled the commitment card. And I almost feel like this is an opportunity right now to make a commitment to teamwork, to make a commitment to sisterhood. And I feel like saying, I'm making a commitment to sisterhood, to, work with those who are in the light with me and I feel right with, and to just bless and allow the people who are not on their path. That's my commitment to sisterhood.
Yeah. And so beautiful too. Oh my gosh, I got some fun cards. I just pulled a couple. It said, this is the integrity. I love that because that kind of reminds me of that, like giving and receiving, right? Like it's the open, coming back in. And then gifted. Bring your gift. You are gifted. Bring your gift. And receive recognition for what you bring. And recognize other people. I think one of the big things for teamwork is receive gratitude and give gratitude. Receive gratitude and give gratitude. Receive the thank yous that you've helped somebody, and then give it. I keep going back to the heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. It's giving and receiving. It's giving and receiving. It's giving and receiving. You know what I mean? And so that is the essence of teamwork. And participate in your life. Participate in your life. And be on that team. I love it. So if you resonate with our message, and we always look for people who are willing to give their gift. If you feel guided and you resonate, we're always open to healthy people. You know what I mean? Like healthy, gifted people in our life. So if you like what we do, share, subscribe, message us. You know what I mean? If you're really in your heart, keep coming in. So you can get a hold of us at GaiaBlooming.com. Check out all of our stuff, our Facebook page. I also have NicoleOman.com. And also look out Mimi. I'm going to give her individual shout out too, because sometimes she doesn't do that for herself. And she's starting Intimate Freedom and Wellness.
Infinite Freedom Wellness. It's actually my old business, but I'm giving it some new life. So
it's good to have that individual and then coming together on Gaia. It's like I'm an individual, I'm also a team. I'm an individual, I'm on a team. So, look out for that stuff. Check our stuff out on YouTube. And if you feel like this resonates with you, please, with all my heart, please share. It brings new, beautiful people into our field, and we all help each other. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you got some beauty and some wisdom from our message. And please share with us some feedback. Give back, So thank you very much. We will see you next week, and have an awesome, awesome week. Namaste.
Namaste.